Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Gordon Taggart here with another Manchester United review for the Stoke City game. Oh, frustrating one, wasn't it? Really felt yesterday that the game was winnable, easily winnable. It's not the end of the world, It's a draw against Stoke. Let's face it, we've not beaten them, I think, in 4 years there, so it's not a surprise that we didn't get the win. But it just felt that we could have pushed on yesterday and got the win. I think two fundamental errors for Manchester United, or two areas that kind of cost us the game, were obviously defensive errors. You can't always account for that. You can only try and fix that on the training pitch. But Bay and Jones, they obviously didn't have their best games of the season for us yesterday. I thought Bay wasn't really at the races, although arguably Jones was at fault for both of those goals, particularly the second one. But what I did think, and this is obviously a constant debate for Manchester United at the moment, is that our weakness is the left-back area. And I think as much as Jose has used him in big games and he's played better than he has yesterday, I just would always pick Blind over Darmian for a couple of reasons. But I would say the main two are the reading of the game. Yesterday, the amount of times that Stoke tried that ball over the top to the right wing in that first half, and Darmian just wasn't learning from it. He wasn't the only one at fault with it. Jones was getting caught out as well. But when it's happened 4 or 5 times, come on now. You got to start taking the initiative and reading what's going on. And I feel Blind is a much better defender when it comes to that. People will always argue that Blind isn't as mobile as other defenders, but I think he reads the game better. And personally, I'd always rather have him in that position. Also, going forward, Darmian gives you so little. If he does get forward, you know what he's going to do. He's going to cut in on his right foot. And he's not Anthony Martial. Martial does the same thing every time. But, he's not going to beat a man, is he? So it's just so very predictable. And Blind's delivery, I feel he's got a much better delivery from that position, and he offers a bit more going forward. Although I'll give Darmian, he was at the, he did kick off that second goal for us, didn't he? So I'll give him that. But personally, at the moment when Luke Shaw's out, I would pick Blind all the time in that left back position. The second thing I wanted to make a point about was the attacking third for Manchester United. Now, yesterday we saw the first half, Mkhitaryan was kind of out of the match, mainly because that system, he was more pushed out to the right. I just didn't think it suited him yesterday, and he was much more of a threat, which proven with the second goal when he was back in that sort of number 10 position, which he's sort of played the rest of the games this year. I thought Romelu Lukaku and Rashford were great in that first half. Lukaku with his movement, Rashford was great, really creating some great opportunities on that left. Although we could have definitely done much more down that left side, because I think it was Diouf at right back, wasn't it? Who's a striker, so I don't know what was going on there. I haven't watched too much of Stoke, so I don't know how they've been playing. But again, you've got someone on that left side who can push forward and really kind of test him out. Then that's going to help. You're not going to get that with Darmian. But that's also linked with Pogba as well, because Pogba was all over the pitch yesterday, and not in a good way. I think with him, we've got Matic at the back now. We had Herrera in there as well. And I just feel that you've got a bit more freedom in that final third to do stuff, really make yourself a danger. It's great you can try and, run the game, really take hold of the game. But really, we need him in that final third because he is our playmaker, and things happen when he's on the ball in those areas. So it was just a really funny one yesterday, wasn't it? I just thought that really we didn't create anything clear cut enough in that first half, and defensively we were a little bit shoddy. But the game was winnable. We've got the firepower there to go ahead and beat teams like this. First, like the thing we said with the first 3 games, and why we were getting so giddy, is that United weren't, these were the teams that we weren't beating last year, and we were winning. Similarly, we didn't beat Stoke last year, but we haven't beaten them again this year. So we got to look at it. The first 6 games when they came out, they were like, right, well, that's a pretty good start for us. Really, we've got to go there and go ahead after those first 5-6 games and have won most of them. And we have done that so far. So it's not the end of the world, as I say, but I feel like now we're going to have to push on, get a result against Everton. And then hopefully, that we'll have the momentum back. It doesn't help with the international break. I can hate them. No interest in England really whatsoever, and all you're worried about is that players are going to get injured or they come back the weekend after and they don't look quite at it. And I think there was quite a few players you could tell who obviously been on the international break and weren't 100%. Jose obviously opted not to switch up too many members of his team. Although I think we had Darmian, Herrera and someone else starting for the first time yesterday. Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? Because, we know easily we can go and beat Stoke City away from home, even though we haven't done it for a few years. But the momentum's still there. We're still top of the league. Not that it matters at this stage of the season. It's goal difference anyway. And we've got the Champions League coming up on Tuesday, which is very exciting. Very excited about that. Back in the competition we belong to be in, and can't wait to hear that Champions League music. I'm going to try and get along to a couple of games this season. In the Champions League, if I can. I'm difficult at the moment because I'm about to go off sort of on tour, going all over the place. So I'll be doing some more reviews, but they might be a bit more sporadic. But I want to get some more match footage on the channel as well for you guys to see, do a few vlogs and all that. But can't wait for that game on Tuesday. And then we've got Everton on, I think, is it Saturday or Sunday, which will be a tough game for United. They looked really out of sorts yesterday, didn't they? So let's hope they can continue that form when they come to Old Trafford, because Spurs took them apart, but they didn't even look like they had to get out of gear one to do it. So I'm all for that next week. But thank you for watching, guys. Just thank you to the new subscribers as well. Thanks for coming over and liking the channel. Please share it as much as you can. I'll try and get videos up after every United game. Obviously transfer season's over now, but I usually do transfer reviews as well, and I'll try and get a few previews on the go. But hope you have a good weekend, and fingers crossed for Tuesday.